The first thing to assail me as I came to was an inexplicable headache. Oh, this situation. What was going on? My head hurt and felt awfully heavy. Almost as if a small army of pixies were having their New Year's bell ringing celebration inside my skull, which was all fine and good, but at this rate my head would likely explode. If they could tone it down just a little bit, that would be great! But the little pest just wouldn't hold back. I must have had some really persistent pixies inhabiting my head. I really wish they could just take their party to someone else's skull. You don't say. It was a church for the love of Christ, and we still had a few days to go until New Year's Eve. Jesus, enough already. You're gonna kill me. Seriously, cut it out. I don't think I'll be able to take this much longer. Letting out a wail that would put a ghost from some cheap horror movie to shame, I changed the angle of my head on the pillow to bet it did nothing to alleviate the pain. How persistent could they get? Blasted pixies! What had I done to deserve this? Well, technically you drank a lot of alcohol. Clank, clank, clank. Gong, gong, gong. Bum, dum, dum, kaboom, boom, stretch. Yeah. Okay, I can do the sounds like that. I mean, I can go, yeah, but, yeah. The weird sounds at the end reflected my current state of mind. In other words, I leapt out of my bed with a scream. It almost happened, something bad. I felt inexplicably dizzy and was this close to puking. Countless bottles of wine, champagne, sake, brandy, whiskey, and beer lay at my feet. Yeah, so much for pixies. God, what was this? What was I doing here? I didn't even want to consider the situation from a neutral perspective. I said I didn't. Wow. Okay.
ダメよ。ボンサ君は100円玉じゃ倒せない。打って。そこ。もっと。そう。やっぱり10年早いわね。
Before my eyes, or rather below them, lay the battlefield littered with corpses. I paused to think for a moment and proceeded to fill the nearby teapot with Tabasco sauce and hot water, then gave the concoction a good mix. When it became a nice blend of crimson, I stopped and proceeded to unveil the secret technique I lovingly dubbed the Gardener of God. And a wilted flower would jump right back to their feet after tasting a single drop of this magic water. I charmed the spell and proceeded to resurrect the corpses. Nice, everyone had very unique screams. Sakurai probably struck the highest note. It sounded really cute too, and totally not something to expect from someone like her. And...
私せっかくこれから特大七面鳥にチャレンジするところだったのに。おはす先輩。はい、おはよう。
One of the corpses still seemed to be rolling on the floor in pain, but nobody cared about that one, so we moved on.
どうでもよくねえよ。
私何も言ってないけど。
目でわかんだよ。なんで俺だけ顔面ピンポイントで攻めんだあんたは。
さあ、なんでだろう。君の顔見てたら、わけもなくイラッときたから。
チンピラかよ、この人。
あんた、何かやったんじゃない？
してねえし、されてんの俺だし。
先輩、私の髪がなんだかギドギドしてアグレッシブな刺激臭を発してます。
うわ、タバスコ臭っ！二人にはシャレっ気がないから私からのプレゼント。いらんわ！っていうかさ、みんな潰れてたみたいだし、 起こすのはいいけど手加減してよ。頭痛いんだからほんと。早起きは三問の得。
意味が全くわかりません。
多分ね、自分が一番最初に起きたから他の奴らはさらに悪い寝覚めを経験するべきだと言ってるんだよ。
ただの根性悪いやつじゃないの。
そうだ、あんたはその胸と同じくらい情が薄い。
じゃあユサくんの大事なところを3倍くらいのサイズにしてあげようと思う。
っていや、そんなヤバいもん持ってにじり寄ってくんな先輩。
本庄さん抑えなさい。ウィス。あとそこの怪力コンビも。
ねえユサくん、本当に何か恨み買ってるんじゃないの？
そう。でも素人だからな。
早く。
はい。
おーい、なんだお前ら、集団知女か？
こら暴れんのバカ。
桜井ちゃん、ほら早くチャック下ろして。
頬あからめてんじゃねえ。
いや私も実にドキドキするよ。なんというかねユサくん、君はどこかで一回くらい徹底的にいたぶられるべきだと私は思うの。そうしないとバランスが取れないような、いろんな方面の流飲が下がらないような。まあとにかくそんなわけで私は君の股間に花坂じいさんする。
何がそんなわけでなんだよ、わけわかんねえ。電波飛ばしすぎだっつうの。母性とチャネリングするのやめてくれよ。花坂じいさんとかふざけんなよ。むしろ使い物になんなくなるだろ。枯れ木になるわボケ。
いやでもこれって結構夢のシチュエーションなんじゃないの？
美少女4人に囲まれてね。
どこに美少女がいるんだ？死ね。
隊長、桜井ちゃんがチャックに触れられずプルプルしてます。乗り越えなさい。それを乗り越えて女は一つ強くなる。
はい。
何を使命に目覚めたみてえなシリアス声でうなずいてんだこら。だいたいそもそもお前らな。
うるさいな。もういいから始める。
I didn't understand myself, but for some reason I just felt like picking on Yusa today. I felt it would be unfair to someone unless I use this chance. I mean, otherwise it would be too...
女4人もいるなら女同士で遊んでろよ。わざわざ男一人の俺を呼びつけんな。居心地悪すぎんだろうが。
あれどうったの先輩？
なんか固まっちゃってるけど。
具合悪くなったんですか？
あ、いや、なんだ？俺の方ものこのこ来といて文句言えた義理じゃねえよな。
ちょっとしろ。
本当に何も後ろ暗いことはないんでしょうね。
今なら多めに見てやらんこともないよ。
ってちげえよ。マジ何も知らねえし。
そんなこと言ってもあんたね。
さすがにちょっと信用できないかも。
もうほれゲロっちゃいなよ。
だから
ごめん、なんでもない。本当に？うん、もういいからユサくんを話してあげて。
Suspicious! Suspicious, very suspicious!
なんだよ、このいかにも俺が悪いみたいな雰囲気は。
Poor guy, poor guy.
だからごめん、気にしないで。本当になんでもないから。
Yeah, it was nothing. There was nothing strange about it. I feel I myself had no idea what that strange vision meant.
朝からバタバタさせて悪かったね。私片付けするから、交代でシャワーでも浴びてきたら、汚しちゃったし。
Kinda.
はあ、それはどうも、お気遣いいただいて。
いや、いいよレアさん。散らかしたのはみんなでなんだし。
クリスマスパーティーとか初めてだったからちょっと浮かれすぎました。私も片付け手伝います。
それに先輩、確か今日は誕生日だろ。
うん。まあ、そうだけどね。
Yesterday was both Christmas Eve and the start of the winter break, so we ended up celebrating both those and my birthday by partying and drinking ourselves unconscious. I could remember that, I swear I could. However, Kasumi, my second cousin, who was a year younger than me. Again, that's not the correct then. Her child friend Hyusa, Honjo, whose family owns a large hospital in town, and Sakurai, my friend, with a brother complex. I still can't with that. Count me, that was 5 people in total. We had been on good terms from a while back and usually hang out together. In short, this was in no way different from what we usually did. There was nothing strange about it, yet something felt off for some reason, as if someone was missing.
ほら、だから片付けはパーッと私たちがやっちゃうから。レアさんは先に準備しててよ。すぐ行くから。
うん。そういや、ひいおばあさんの命日でもあるんだっけ？
そう、私にとっても同じだからさ。一緒にお墓参りしに行くの。
ふーん。だったら俺も付き合うぜ。いいだろ、別に。
よければ私もいいかしら。
いいの？なんかこう、言っちゃ悪いけど、あんま関係なくない？そりゃ私としては大勢来てくれた方がひいおばあちゃんも喜ぶだろうと思うけど。
ま、なんかな。そんな気分なんだよ。
私もうまく言えないけど。
エリーは？
先輩がいいって言うなら、私も行きたいけどね。
だって、どうする？レアさん。
I had no reason to refuse.
いいよ。
I gave them brief answer before proceeding to get ready. It wasn't really much of a problem how many people want to visit the grave. After all, she slept right there behind the church. It would take me more than an hour to take a shower and buy some flowers from a nearby florist. The others were already by the time I came back. Today was December 25th, both my birthday and the day she passed away. It was oddly strange to tell the truth. For some reason, both Kasumi and I felt that odd kind of longing in regards to our great-grandma, despite never actually having met her. I wonder what kind of woman she was, how she looked, what her voice sounded like, how she lived her life. We had no pictures of her. And my grandfather also passed away in his 20s. My parents were still alive, but they moved out to live overseas 5 years ago, so I missed my chance to learn much about the grandmother. I'll tell you that much, Rhea. She was a beauty. And Kasumi seemed to be in a similar situation. Perhaps we felt strangely attached to her because she was the closest living blood relative to us, besides ourselves. All we knew about her was her name and the years she lived through. It was truly the extent of my knowledge, and yet...
Ohayo, Lisa. いい天気だね。
I couldn't help addressing her like a friend. Lisa Brenner, 1915-1945. That was all I knew about my great-grandmother. But I feel this old sensation whenever I came here, as if memories I shouldn't possess would flash and disappear in the back of my mind. Her voice, her face, her warmth, my heart told me I knew them, as if chanting a prayer. What did that all mean? Was there something wrong with my head? Yet despite the odd nature of it, I never felt like discarding this feeling. Even if that was but a delusion to escape loneliness, Lisa lived inside me and that was enough to make it real for me.
おばあちゃん、どうか次のテストで英語の紙が降りるようにお願いします。
Go and study!
いやー、かすみちゃん。神社じゃないんだから。
つうか、英語の神は英語でしか喋んねえだろ。
Indeed, besides Lisa was German. But well, everyone had their own ways of commemorating the dead.
じゃあ、ね 年末ジャンボが当たるようにお願いします。
なんかますます宗教じみてきたね。
そりゃある意味宗教ではあるんだろうけど。じゃあばあさんさ、俺欲しいバイクがあるんだけど、どっかその辺に落ちてねえかな。
ちょっと、うちのおばあちゃんに無駄な労力使わせようとしないでよね。
突っ込むのはそこかよ。
ああ、だったら私は新型のグラボが欲しいですのよ。
Ellie know what's the most important.
そっちにいたら一丁言っといてくれませんかね。
For if she wished to win a lottery, well, not that. Wait, what? What? She doesn't need that, right? She's from the rich family, actually, and so on. Well, never mind.
そうだ、サンタよ。リアルサンタ、絶対知ってるでしょ、おばあちゃん。
あのね、あなたたち、いい加減にしなさいよ。不謹慎でしょ。
No, it's alright. I mean, she's laughing out there. I too had a wish of my own.
リザ、実は私もうすぐ卒業なんだけど、困ったことに進学も就職もできそうにないの。ちょっと人生がピンチ。
あなたまでそんないい加減な。
だからねえ、どうしたらいいと思う？
Each of my days was spent in peace and happiness. I felt myself surrounded by war of others, and yet I felt as if there was something or rather someone missing from it, and the void created by her absence was so huge it made even my happiness feel lonely. Was it just my delusion? A groundless fantasy? But whatever it was, that void alone was undeniably real.
結婚するしかないんじゃね？
そうだね。それ以外になさそう。
I yearned to meet the man of my dreams. Even if that was a delusion, but a delusion to escape the loneliness he lived inside me, and that was enough to make him real for me.
私のお婿さんを探して、リサ。
I uttered those words like a prayer. Wow!
風が。
Our flower petals took to the wind. Their dance reminded me of a sight I once witnessed in a paradise. Come on. Well, come on. So? And? December 25th, 1939, Berlin, Germany! 12:27 a.m. By the time I came to my senses, the night had already marched past midnight, and so I let my gaze roam the book in my hands. The same year that may end up being remembered by future generations as a period of incessant turmoil, steady edge towards its closing days. With it, the new era was preparing for its grateful entry, promising trysts and turmoil. The turmoil, albeit chaos, would have been far more fitting a name for what was sure to come, truth be told. 4 months had come and gone since the invasion of Poland. 4 months since the United Kingdom and France issued a aggression war against Germany. Although it would unlikely prove to be the retaliation, humiliation and poverty we, the younger generation, suffered in the aftermath of the previous war, the thought of another grand-scale conflict breaking out nonetheless filled my heart with gloom. And all those elderly veterans that fought on the front lines and experienced the bitter taste of defeat firsthand would no doubt feel it for tenfold. So why did we plunge headfirst into a new war? I realized the importance of possessing land, resources and food. I truly did. You'd find plenty who hungered for honor and glory, and even more who wished for victory to wash our nation's reputation clean of the taint of defeat. Should the events from the 2 decades ago be recorded in history as the only world war fought by men, that would be good. Germany and its people would forever be remembered as a nation of the defeated. Either way, this was a choice very much made with the future in mind. And to that end, the present was now being sacrificed. I realized this might have been the hollow, infantile grumbling of one who'd seen precious little of life. It did not change the fact that the whole thing was messing up my life. My comfortable equilibrium of the here and now was being torn to shreds. Stop it. Leave it be. I know how selfish and arrogant that may have sounded, yet it was how I truly felt. In fact, it would have made me particularly sad to miss the next installment of this serialized book I was just reading. I didn't care for the circumstances of the author or the world. I wanted to know the story ended. How the story ended. Well, I wish I knew that as well. Even I was amazed by how foolish this train of thought was. I heard the sound of approaching footsteps from behind. Who was this now? I had that terrible feeling about this, or so my gut told me, and to my misfortune, those hunches of mine really ever missed the mark. I knew I should have treated my own chambers for him, sitting in the middle of a bench in a hall as large as this let me know where to hide. I knew this person did not come here to meet me in particular, yet I couldn't help but feel a tingle of unease trailing up the back of my neck. For I was not sure who it could be. Simply ignoring their presence might have been the best route to take here.
失礼。
And so, even when the man stopped right next to where I sat and uttered those brief words, I hung my head and refused to look up and meet his eyes. The man went on.
ジーバス局長はおられるか？
A low yet refined voice. Even without looking him in the eye, I could tell that it belonged to a man of considerable power. His soothing tone was contrasted by an echo of confidence as well as a definite coldness lurking behind it. He was a soldier, and although at present I could say the same thing about myself, a lowly grunt like me paid in comparison to a high-ranking official. In other words, he was not the type of man I would have wished to ever associate with.
聞こえなかったかな？局長殿は。
ああ、いや、悪いけど今はいないよ。
I crudely waved my arm as I gave him an answer. Frankly, I wanted him to be alone as soon as possible. If he ended up introducing himself, decorum would force me to politely oblige him. And that would have just needlessly complicated things. In fact, it would have been better for everyone if I never heard his name. Let him think of me as some bored whelp who knew not how to speak in front of a commanding officer. That would have made things easier. At any rate, it was like he'd shoot me dead on the spot.
そっか。まあ連絡もしていなかったので仕方ないことではあるな。
そうね。お帰りならあっちだよ。
I lifted him to the pointy back of the hall without turning to face him.
うちの局長、最近は医者連中とべったりみたいで。なんだっけ、頭蓋骨を測定してうんちゃらとか。
プラトメートル。アーリア人種の測定装置かね。
そうそう。それでストラスブルクの研究員方と会食中って言っても、さすがにもう飯食ってる時間じゃないだろうけど。局長に用があるならそっち行った方が早いよ。
And that's the end of our conversation, so goodbye. I meant to drag him away with the mask implication, but the man oddly enough refused to move an inch. On the contrary, approved practically his gaze piercing my skin, fixating on me from above. I was starting to feel sick.
あのさ。
うん。局長殿のことはもういい。おらぬなら K に聞こう。顔を上げたまえ。
I was really starting to hate that big mouth of mine.
上げたまえ。
Unable to deny his pressing tone, I reluctantly raised my head to look him in the eye.
No.
I was taken back. I figured he would be an ordinary soldier, but his looks alone were enough to leave anyone speechless. This may have sounded odd coming from another man, but I'd never seen anyone so handsome before. He must have been roughly a decade my senior, yet displayed an uncanny balance of youth and mature dignity. Someone with my childlike complexion, an attribute both myself and my peers could attest to, would spend their 30 years trying in vain to reach his level.
どうしたね？
いや。
In any event, just maintaining eye contact with him was wearing me down. I wasn't exactly doing all this out of the kindness of my heart, but if he had a question, I'd give him his answer. After that, he'd better be on his way.
なんでも。で？
ああ。カール・クラフトを知っているかね？
カール・クラフト？
His question came out so out of the blue that I could know nothing but repeat the name he had uttered. Carl Kraft. If I wasn't mistaken, he was...
近頃、宣伝省に召し抱えられた男でね。ありていに言うと、詐欺師だ。彼の職務は予言というものであり、国家にとって聞こえのいい未来を創作して糧を得る。立場的には同情するが、やっていることは詐欺だろ
う。それが？
おかしいと思わんかね？
I couldn't quite follow his train of thought. Noticing my distress, he flashed a faint, bitter smile.
わからんのならそれでいい。今のは、九段の詐欺師と面識がなければ、答えられぬ問いだからな。K の今夜、ここの局員で、教会から何かを受け取りに行った者はおらんかね。
教会？
Being at a loss for words, I once again parroted back his. I may have looked the complete fool now, but considering that I genuinely had no idea what he was talking about, there wasn't much I could do about it.
遺産管理局、ドイチェス・アーネン・エルベ。Kらの職務は、そうしたものの収集だろう？私の言ったことに心当たりがあるなら、答えてほしいと思うのだが。守秘義務かね？では仕方ないが。
いや、本当に知らないよ。
At the very least, no such matter had ever reached my ears. That much I could say with certainty.
でも、なんでそんなことを？
さあ、なぜかな。私にもわからんよ。ただ、そんな気がしただけだ。
The man shrugged, an air of self-derision lingering about him as the words left his lips. Yet his tone was pregnant, not with light-hearted jest, but palpable sincerity.
変な人だな、あんた。
ああ、どうもおかしいのだよ。たまにな、このような気分に陥る。と言っても、ここ一月ほどの話だが、見てはおらぬ、聞いてもおらぬ。事実そのようなことはないというのに、ふと思うのだよ。そんなことがあったはずだと。あるいは、こんな男ではなかったはずだと。K はこれに共感してくれるだろうか。
I couldn't quite find myself to say yes. I mean, judging by his description, this must have been the effect of some severe personal delusion of his. Frankly, I was disposed to telling him to just go see a doctor. The man shook his head, no doubt having sensed my feelings.
私は正気だよ。そう思っている。いや、そう思いたいがゆえのあがきかな。我ながら、めめしい限りではあるが。
じゃあ、
What was I going to tell him? He was exactly the sort of man I wanted nothing to do with. In fact, even now, I still desperately wish to avoid any and all unnecessary communication with him, and yet, something in me drove me to action, a sense of duty, if you will, a feeling that this was something I alone could do. There he stood, still strikingly handsome, his locks golden. I looked him in the eye,
あんたは正気だよ。
and uttered those words, carefully and with emphasis.
俺たちは現実に生きている。いいこともあれば悪いこともあるし、満たされない夢を抱えて飢えてもいるさ。
The transience of the here and now, that fleeting moment I so adored. I would long to make it miracle eternal, a childish notion true, but one I could not discard. Rather knowing it was a dream never to be fulfilled, my thirst for it refused to ever fade. And so we lived, ever discontent, haunted by doubts, frail on our feet.
だけど、それが人間だろ？
I was content to be such men.
俺たちは永遠になれない刹那だ。どれだけ憧れて求めても、幻想にはなれないんだよ。
In other words,
生に真摯であること。ああ、確かに K の言う通り。空いていればいい。飢えていればよいのだ。生きる場所の何を飲み、何を食らおうと足りぬ。だが、それでよし。そう思えぬ生物は、その時点で自戒するしかない。
そんな生物は、生まれてきたことが過ちなんだ。
we looked each other in the eye, uttering those words without really comprehending who they were aimed at, almost as if to reproach ourselves. Claiming that things were defined this way, that this was how it ought to be. And so my next question followed naturally.
あんたの名前は？
ハイドリヒ。ラインハルト・ハイドリヒだ。
I'd be lying if I said the name didn't surprise me. The man I suddenly got an old friendly with was none other than the revered golden beast in the flesh. It would have been small wonder to see him have my head right this instant.
私はそう大した男ではないよ。
Yet he continued on with a smile, insisting, sincerely not out of mere humbleness, that he was no beast but a man.
与えられた地位をなくせば、それこそ知性の一角と変わらんだろう。その程度なのだ。いや、そうでなくてはならない。殴れば倒れ、撃たれれば死ぬ。人はそうであるべきだ。いずれ訪れる死の時まで生き、そして朽ちればいい。ああ、誰かに言ってもらいたかったのだよ。感謝しよう。幻想にはなれぬか。なるほどな。
He then turned around and began to make his exit. And so ended our chance encounter. Whatever fate may have had in store of us, I knew we would never meet again.
すべてのたれ死ぬ。ならば私も、各のたれ死ねばいい。ありふれた人間、職務を全うして滅びる一人の軍人で構わない。
I closed my book as if to answer that thought. The story had come to an end, and I had to return to reality. No matter what color the world turned, this was where I was born and where I should and would live. A man must never once forget that. Should we do so, we will be haunted by our dreams forever, longing after eternity.
ではさらばだ。名を聞いておこうか。
ライヒハート。
For I wasn't too fond of the name itself, but I think it was my way of accepting the reality.
ロートス・ライヒハート。あんたと同じさ。首切り人だよ。落ちこぼれだけどね。
ああ。
I see. Naturally, Reinhardt was aware of what the name signified. As it turned out, my family produced quite a number of famed executioners in the past, so to someone like Reinhardt, I must have felt like a distant relative.
道理で。だが東大一と言われるヨハンより K の方が適任に見えるがな。ロートス。何もかも忘れ、一つのことしかできなくなる麻薬だ。オデュッセウスが現れなければ同じところを回り続ける。
だから俺がオデュッセウスになるんだよ。
I would break free from that cycle, like the runaway son who leaves his past home to find a new cycle to fit into, one defined by his own terms. I realized the sheer contradiction of that theory, but in the end, I think it fit me just fine, all things considered. I was no hero. I'd be the first to admit that. Yet,
枠を超えて俺にできることがあるかもしれない。あるいはできたことかな。それを眺めて生きていくよ。さよなら、中将閣下。ジーク入る。
ああ、ジーク入る。
however, just as he was about to close the door behind him,
私は満足した。もはや何も求めない。この先どうなろうと生きていく。そう誓ったのでな。
he said something I couldn't quite comprehend. Or could I? A whirlpool of uncanny emotions rushed into my heart, forcing me to say, well, I unconsciously.
悪くはないだろう。女神の抱擁。おせっかいなら不要だよ。勝ったのは俺だ。
ああ、そうだったな。わかっている。
An image I had never once seen before briefly flashed before my eyes. I had no idea what it could have meant, yet I still felt our exchange as natural as it could ever be, for reasons I couldn't quite explain. Reinhardt must have felt the same.
フローへバイナハテ。確かに悪くない。そう感じている。これが私の。K に言わせれば、真実というやつなのだろうな。
And so the Golden Lieutenant made his exit, a hint of relief lingering in his tone as he vanished from sight. As for me,
テレジオ。
for some reason my heart felt heavy with emotion as I uttered that name. The conversation I had just finished jolted something alive in my mind, something that woke memories once forgotten. Rather, it was almost like I had never forgotten, a place I need to return to, as well as the people waiting me there. I had my life, my reality, right here. However, the girl waiting for me there beyond the sea was no illusion either. My two realities, my two selves. If both of them were the real me, what was I to do then? Naturally, I had my answer, clear as day. I had that one belief to adhere to, one creed to protect.
今を生きる。この今だって俺の刹那だ。ああ、これでいいんだよな。最後まで迷惑かけてごめんよ。もう大丈夫だから。もう少しだけ俺のバカなこだわりに付き合ってくれ。
I was not merely talking myself, and as I rose from my seat, my words of mixed apology and gratitude were aimed at her, the one we came to know as the goddess.
見届けて全うするよ。あいつと同じくこの現実を。それがきっと俺の義務だと思うから。
Following in Reinhardt's tray, I too slipped outside and onto the midnight streets. I felt light on my feet. For Lotus Reinhardt, or however it was spelled, now embarked upon his journey to see with his own eyes the ephemeral moment he cherished with every fiber of his being, knowing that the darkest night had all but ended.